Hello and welcome! We're reaching our final set of characters for this week, and they are Chip and Dale, which are some of my personal favorites, and a very big part of our family's favorites. So it's a good thing to say the best for last in a sense. In the past couple of years we have really fell in love with Chip and Dale. They're mischievous, but they don't do a lot of harm, and they're just very fun characters. They like to be playful, and they fit the theme. They fit really well. When it comes to cartoons, they are featured in a lot of Donald cartoons, as well as some Mickey cartoons. And there's some certain Christmas cartoons that are some of my favorites with them, which we'll discuss a lot later in the year. I know, it's very far in advance now, but most of those cartoons that feature them will be in the last month. However, they still had some of their own cartoons, and I wanted to feature Two Chips and the Miss. And this one came out in 1952. I do remember watching this on television growing up. When I went back to rewatch it, there was parts of it I didn't know, but like I remember it. I do. I couldn't tell you what it was about before I watched it again, but just seeing the scenes, the imagery was very familiar to me. And this is something that I remember seeing on television, and the one I found on YouTube has that Toon Disney watermark, so it shows I did watch it growing up. And when I was watching it growing up, I didn't really recognize the details of what made it so unique, but now I appreciate it even more. This is the introduction of Clarice.
Hello, Clarice.
They are getting ready to go to bed, Chip and Dale, and they pretend that they don't care about the nightclubs, and they're just ready to go to sleep and stay in. Meanwhile, they both have received notes from Clarice to come and meet them at her club.
Dear Chip, see you tonight. Dear Dale, meet me tonight. Love, Clarice.
Chip is the first one to wake up. He waits for Dale to pretend to sleepwalk. He thinks he's sleepwalking, but he's pretending to sleepwalk. And he just throws off and is in his little nightcap gown, and he has a tux underneath. After he gets far enough from sleepwalking, he does the same thing, has a tux underneath, and they go to the club thinking that each other of them is themselves. They end up at the club to go see Clarice, and she is looking as beautiful as ever. Femme fatale character, love it. And she just enjoys seeing them fight over her. So she's a little bit of a diva in a sense, but it is interesting to see, and she is that typical, stereotypical femme fatale, which I admire and try to be as much as I can. So I relate to her a lot. It's time for her to go on, and she sings her song while they are just drooling over her like crazy, trying to get to know her even more. And the song, first of all, is amazingly catchy. I love this old style of music. They're very dapper, and I just adore the way everything looks. This is my whole aesthetic, so just watching this whole cartoon animation is just like, yes, this is my entire scene. They end up singing a song together after having a battle session between the piano and the bass that is made out of a pencil and a box. And Clarice is just having so much fun with them both and just being flirtatious and wonderful and fantastic. And they end up creating a song together, which again is so catchy and amazing.
Little girl, you're the wonder for me, little girl. You're as sweet as can be, just as glad that you made love from the start. And oh, what a thrill came into my heart, little boy, with your cute little ways of yours. For the rest of my days, and this great big world will be divine, little girl. I'll be living in a little world with the love you're giving, little girl, little girl, little girl, when you're mine.
It's fantastic. I love it. at the end, they think they're gonna go kiss her on the cheek and she ducks down and they end up kissing each other. Which most people would be mad about. But they have a laugh about it and it's all in good spirit, so good for them. They like to share a woman, good for them. And that's the cartoon. It's very fantastic. It is one of my favorites. I know I enjoyed it growing up. I didn't realize the aesthetic growing up, but I remember it vividly. And now that I've went back and looked at it and rewatched it with all of my knowledge that I know today, it is very fantastic and it's my entire aesthetic. And it kind of makes sense of why I like this now, because that's literally the lifestyle that I want to live. The old-fashioned 40s nightclubs, the 50s nightclub attire, very dapper-esque. Fantastic, fabulous, love it, great. So you guys definitely should take a look at this, and we're actually going to be moving on to real films. We're going to be doing a feature film tomorrow. We're going to start with Fantasia. So this is it. We're almost done with this month. We got through some shorts, we did a lot of research, and I hope you enjoy the process and the journey. And now we're gonna kick it off and actually do films. Real life films. We're gonna do Fantasia tomorrow, so I hope you join me for that. And as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.